Alright, hot take of the day. I'm a bit bummed about the recently announced changes to YouTube monetization. And I know that some of you are probably bummed about this too. And so my channel is going to be affected by it. I meet the subscriber count, but I don't meet the recent hours viewed requirement. So I'm going to be losing access to monetization and everything else in the YouTube creator studio. But you may have noticed that I don't generally monetize my videos anyway. It's just that's not what I do YouTube for. I like the job I have and don't need YouTube to do that for me. So I just don't mess with monetization. So you're probably wondering, why do I even care if I don't use it anyway? Well, so for me, YouTube has really meant a lot in my life, as weird as that is to say. I mean, I've used YouTube for educational purposes, to learn new languages, to, you know, learn how to fix something, or how to get past a point I'm stuck at in a game, things like that. I also, you know, I've used it to discover new games, to discover new bands, to see if I want to go see a certain band that, you know, I've heard of but am not particularly familiar with. I also have two really good friends who I actually met them on YouTube. I saw them first in their videos, and then, you know, we started to become friends like through comments on each other's videos, and we actually competed against each other in a contest and, you know, got to know each other really through YouTube. And it's 7-8 years later and we're still friends, and, you know, they've been a significant part of my life. And I have so much affection for YouTube and how it can provide, you know, types of content that you can't get other places. And I think that the most important thing that I do on YouTube is be a viewer. And that's why I care, because a lot of the channels that I really enjoy, that are the driving force behind me on a particular day saying, oh, I'm going to go to YouTube and watch some videos, and then getting sucked into the rabbit hole that is YouTube and giving my eyeballs to, you know, view counts all over YouTube. The motivation behind that is smaller channels and people who make content that is frankly probably never going to be, you know, huge, you know, YouTube has made it type of content. You know, some of the people I really like are, you know, just starting out and growing their channels, and some of them are never going to grow their channels to a huge following because that's just, they make something that isn't that mainstream. And I like that kind of content a lot better than, you know, watching content that is, you know, made the optimized way and uses all the, what I refer to as, you know, YouTuber tropes, and is all videos about certain subjects that are guaranteed to get views and etc. I mean, occasionally I'll like a video like that, but that's not the primary thing I'm interested in. And I understand that YouTube is a business and they're interested in, you know, the things that make them the most money, but I would argue that you need to nurture the community that generates all this variety of content for all different sorts of people, because the most valuable thing you have is the viewers. And a lot of the viewers, I like to hope, and, you know, I really do believe this, a lot of the viewers are going to YouTube for content that they can't get anywhere else. And yeah, they might also watch some lowest common denominator content too, and that's where YouTube breaks in, you know, the big bucks. But some of us are coming there for the smaller creators. And I've also heard some of the bigger YouTubers that I follow or follow on Twitter, you know, people who are solidly in the have made it camp, talking about, oh, well, it's not that big of a deal, and small creators just need to put in the work to get the views to, you know, get to where we are, because, you know, we worked at it for years without making money and they should too. And, you know, some people are saying like, oh, the people who this is affecting, they're not making very much money anyway and it doesn't really matter. And I guess I think that that is pretty, demonstrates a lack of empathy in a way that is kind of unnecessary, I guess is almost the word I would use. Because, okay, for one thing, I've done YouTube both now and several years ago, and I can tell you that it is a lot harder to build a following now. I mean, in fact, I abandoned trying to start a new channel separate from my current old channel because it was so hard to grow. It is really hard to get views now. I know really good YouTubers, or, you know, people that I think are really good YouTubers, channels that I really enjoy their content, that are making good videos with good production value, and they're getting, you know, 30 or 40 views on a video. And that is crazy to me. Like, some of these people, their videos deserve way more views than that, but it's just so hard to build views now. And also, I think that, you know, the people who are saying that small amount of money doesn't really matter, it's not their small amount of money. I've heard from, let's see, at least 4 channels that I really care about and I really enjoy and I think are definitely worth being on YouTube, who say that they're affected by this and it is their small amount of money and it matters to them. It, you know, I mean, you don't know necessarily what people's situations are, but for some people, like, that small amount of money helps offset the cost of their videos. And yeah, some kinds of videos are more expensive to make than other kinds of videos. Like, you know, not all videos are sitting in front of a shelf talking to a camera like this one is. You know, some of them have materials cost or, you know, whatever. And also, like, you know, some people it matters to for personal reasons or whatever else. I just think that, like, I'm hearing from people who it affects that that small amount of money is significant and does matter to them. So to me, it matters. It matters if it matters to the people that it matters to, you know? Yeah. So as a viewer, you know, as a creator, it doesn't really affect me that much. I'm probably never going to make that hours viewed count. I'm probably never going to make money from YouTube. So whatever, kind of a mild bummer. But as a viewer, it really bums me out because I don't want to see YouTube become even more homogenized, and I don't want it to be even harder for me to find the kind of content that I want to watch. You know, YouTube, I want to give you my eyeballs. I just want you to give me things to look at that are different. So what am I going to do about it? In short, I'm not sure. But on my own channel, I think I'm going to go ahead and start doing sort of a content dump of a lot of the footage that I have, you know, in my archives that I didn't post because I thought, you know, it wasn't good enough or it needed a lot of editing, or I thought, oh, who's going to care? I think I'm just going to go ahead and post a bunch of that stuff before YouTube does more things to make it even harder for me to get any viewers. Because, you know, obviously I kept taking video all this time, even with nobody seeing it, so that's obviously not why I make videos. So screw it, just gonna post a bunch of things. I'm also, you know, if another platform comes along where I feel like, you know, you can participate in the conversation through video without being, you know, a huge celebrity or whatever, yeah, I would consider migrating platforms. If something comes out that makes it easier for me to find content that I enjoy and, you know, communicate with other people and interact with other people, yeah, I would consider leaving. I'm also interested to know if you're affected by this, if your channel is going to be affected. I'm interested to know. I want to know, like, what kinds of people and channels this is affecting. So comment or tweet at me at Rika Confesses and let me know if this is going to affect you and what that means to you. And also, let me know which of your videos you're most proud of so that, I don't know, maybe we can make a playlist of people affected by the new monetization rules and maybe I can find some new videos.